is a really long video. If you're not up for long videos, then click away now.
Okay. So TCG Zapdos, he does a very good job as well. Very helpful for newer and experienced players alike, so check him out. And TCG Zapdos, great shows with episodes and great editing, and if you like the Pokemon trading card game, check out their videos.
Yo, a new set, bringing a ton of new EXs in the format. How do you like that? Way too much ultra rares to collect. Yes, how in the world do they expect us to get every single card? Well, the entire set costs more than the last two ones combined. Oh, that's hard. Man, what do I think? Well, it'll shake things up a bit and not like, because the strong ones will survive. New Mega Evolutions with Spirit Link cards, just give me a high five. A big fan of that. Now let me know what you think by expressing your feelings on the like button. Clickety click. Yup, you made this video right really quick. Do you remember this code all the way from 2 years ago? Time really flies. Now we have Alpha and Omega shenanigans. What can go wrong? Well, some are overpowered and might be dominating the format in the upcoming tournaments. Let's start the argument. I have Niapon in the booth, so let us show you a review like it should be. Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and today I'm gonna discuss the Gaia Volcano and Tidal Storm leaking scans with Niapon.
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's an honor to be here with ZapdosTCG, and let's make this a fun set review.
Yeah, today we're gonna check out the Japanese counterpart for Primal Clash. Our set will be released on February 5th, which is nice, so we have almost all the scans and we know what to expect in the near future. So let's see what cards we can check out first. Niapon, what card do you think is gonna be a big impact in the set?
First card I wanted to discuss was Breloom. It looks kind of fun because it's grass type with fighting energies, and Seismitoad has a lot of problem with grass type Pokemons, so fighting could see a little more play with it. But yeah, it's a difficult card.
It's neat to tech into decks with fighting energies, but I'm sure most of the fighting decks use the strong energy, so I don't think they will be able to attach the strong energy to Breloom, so I'm not a really big fan of it, but it's still a nice counter to Seismitoad indeed. Another card I'd like to mention is like the I'm really glad what they did with the set. They bring like the half full arts to the set, but another thing that should be mentioned is that the set will be insanely expensive to complete.
Yeah, too much fancy cards. It's secrets, 4 secrets, 12 axes, 12 full art axes, 4 full art trainers, so many half arts. It's gonna be an expensive set.
Indeed, I predict in pre-releases that even if you trade with your entire pre-release, you won't be able to complete the set within the 3 weeks. I'm sure of that. It's so hard.
Yeah, and then one thing I'm hoping for is this set is going to be for February, so we're gonna play this one on regionals, on the second regionals that we're gonna have.
Yeah, in Europe the regionals come a little bit later, I believe.
Yeah, but the regionals are March and April in Europe, so the set is playable when when regionals are. But like with the set after this, it's been leaked already. It's Emerald Break. It's a set with Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza. It's gonna be, or it's gonna be legal with nationals, or quite not, or it's gonna be difference from weeks again for nationals. So I think this national is gonna be a lot of fun decks.
Yeah, it will shake up the format quite a bit. So let's look at some cards I listed up. We have, first of all on the list, we have Doublade. The only reason I mentioned Doublade is just because it has like the attack full swipe, if you're familiar with it at the games. It actually leaves the opponent with 10 HP remaining. But you have to flip a coin, but still with a DCE can do some trouble here and there. What do you think?
Definitely with the last set we got Trick Coin. It's Flipptini as a tool card. So when you get tails, you can try again, so it's definitely gonna be 10 HP left on the enemy, and Laser is a very good card with this one, so you can one-shot almost everything for double colorless with an 80 HP Pokemon. It's a bit like Raticate last time, 2 years ago on Nationals. I saw a lot of Raticates,
Yeah, destroying the EXs in one shot is huge.
Yeah, but this one has then to flip a coin. Eradicate had enough equal damage to your own, so this one gets a lot of more plays.
Yeah, indeed. But you can also play like the Eradicate with Mew EX. I made a video about that last time. But anyway, we're not gonna look over the cards a lot, like the most hyped cards. We're gonna look at those more in depth. For now, we're just gonna go to the next card. It's Rhyperior. The reason I have Rhyperior in here is like we're gonna go in chronological order here. And I feel like we have the Omega Barrier. They bring like Omega and Alpha abilities or special stuff onto the cards.
It's called Ancient Traits.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that actually. Still have to do some more research here, but still. What do you think about Rhyperior on itself? It has an ability to block or actually to take 10 less damage from opponents' attacks. Actually all of your Pokemon in play.
Yeah, it's neat. It's got a little bit of Mr. Mime, but still the ability, it can be poisoned, can be sleeped, can do anything that a trainer can do, so it can be catched from the bench.
Yeah, and the reason that this card holds its potential back is a Stage 2 card, of course. I think Stage 2s are still not really playable with Seismitoad being around, using this Quaking Punch and everything.
Yeah, you can still play simple evolutions like you go for Rhydon to Rhydon to Rhyperior. But yeah, it's gonna see more plays, I guess, but you need to stop them before they get too powerful.
And another thing I noticed is that Rare Candy has reprinted, so maybe they're giving the Stage 2s a bit more of a chance, but I don't think Stage 2s will do that well in the format, except for maybe the Swampert, but we'll go on that later. Now it's Bouffalant. This is one of the Virgin Killers, or Genesect Virizion for those of you that aren't familiar.
Yeah, this one is like the Goldbreaker 2.0, but for grass, against grass end. It's 120 base damage against grass, with Furbank Laser and Muscle Band it's 170. This one-shots if you can use a Garbodor to kill the ability of Virizion and Genesect. And against other decks, yeah, it's still 80, 24, it's 100 with a Muscle Band, and then the Furbank Laser, it's 130. It's set up for everything. You can knock it on the bench, anything else can knock.
Yeah, indeed. The good thing about Bouffalant is indeed it's colorless, so we can splash it into any deck. Any deck that's having trouble with grass, Bouffalant will be there. Okay, next is some more half-full arts. We have Nidoqueen or Nidoqueen, whatever you want to pronounce it. It also has the multi-strike. I really like the Omega ability of that.
Yeah, I prefer the other multi-strike Pokemon. It's Excadrill.
Also a really great card because, yeah, you can explain it.
Like the multi-strike is the Pokemon can attack twice each turn, and if a Pokemon is knocked out, it can attack once again on the new Pokemon that's put in front. But Excadrill has the attack Bore. You can search 2 energies and attach it to him, and then you can use the multi-strike ability and attack again with Mach Claw, and you do 50 damage in one turn.
Yeah, that's indeed something nice. I figure like something like you have your Excadrill on front with a Muscle Band, and then you just knock out a Bronzor, and then use Lysander to knock out another one. I don't think it's possible. I think you have to attack twice immediately, but we'll have to see the ruling on that later.
Yeah. Same with Nidoqueen, you need to see the ruling. You could do a poison jab, poison it, and then doing a dynamic punch. So you do 100 with a Muscle Band, you do 120, and then the poison goes off.
Yeah, indeed. So maybe we can see something decent with those Omega multi-strike Pokemon. For now, we are going to check out another one. We mentioned like Excadrill. It's also neat to mention that Excadrill can be neat with an energy switch. And now we're going to look at Flygon, another Stage 2 Pokemon. Let's see here.
Let's see, Sandflap ability. Once during turn, you may choose either yourself or your opponent. The player then returns his hand to the deck and shuffle and redraws 4 cards for him or her. Yeah. But it's a fun ability to disrupt your opponent's hands if you know you played your N and your opponent has a smile on his face thinking, oh, I got a good hand, thank you for the N, and then you use his Flygon to disrupt him again.
There's also like a lot of people that play like the opposite like reaction. They smile while they have a terrible hand. But the thing I noticed is that when you get end, you can actually recover yourself from the end thanks to this Flygon, because yeah, we can get like, let's say you only need one more prize card, and then you use the ability, you can get more cards like that.
Yeah, or like Malamar XY base set with the trick ability, the trick attack, I guess. Flip 4 coins, tails for every card. For every coin you flip tails, discard a card from your opponent's hand. Flygon gets it to 4. Malamar discards the entire hand, so it's very disruptive.
Disruptive card, but I don't think it will be played that often, or you won't see it that often just because it's a stage 2, and it's just something neat to mention in this video. Next is Ninetales. Ninetales is already, you're a huge fan of Ninetales, explain.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Ninetales in cities. I got the ID from a friend and his deck from last year regionals. He played Ninetales Among Us. Among Us had the ability, when evolving, confuse and poison your opponent's Pokemon. And Ninetales has the attack Hex Flame 20 plus 50 for every status condition in your opponent Pokemon. So when you evolve Among Us, you can one-shot everything with Ninetales almost. And I got the ID this year to try it again. And last set we got Malamar EX. So you drop an energy, you get it asleep. You laser, you get the poison, and with a Silver Bangle and Verbank Laser, it one-shots everything. So I'm excited to see Ninetales this Sunday.
Yeah, indeed. I'll be there as well, and you'll hear a full report on the channel as usual. So, Ninetales, this new one, has again an ability, has the Barrier Shrine. As long as this Pokemon is in play, neither Pokemon or neither players can play Stadium cards, and I think Stadium cards are quite huge in the format.
Yeah, especially with the 4 new ones we will discuss later on. They're for this set, we finally got 4 stadiums, and they're all 4 playable, and
indeed, they're
I like them all.
To force the player to put a stadium into the field just to have that experience. The thing is that you're playing Ninetales, maybe you can try out this one and let everyone know how it does, because disrupting stadium cards will be a great thing. If you get up yours before you get out Ninetales, it could be neat.
Yeah, my deck needs Verbank City Gym. It can't do anything without the other stadium.
Strong energy or strong fighting stadium, yeah, and play it pretty much disrupts your field.
Yeah, the thing that disrupts me the most is Steel Shelter. I can't do anything against Steel then, because I need my status.
Okay, now we're going to a card called Milotic with the ability Shining Ripple. This one has the ability to put 1 card from the discard back into your hand once you evolve it. What do you think about that?
I don't see it being much played because you need Feebas, and Feebas is most of the time a 30 HP Pokemon that gets knocked out immediately.
Indeed, so I think that Milotic could be a nice stack card, but you have to play like 1-1, not more of that. And also, the reason we also have VS Seeker, so I don't think it's that useful. The only thing I can see it work in like decks that need special energies, you can get them back every turn. Those special energy cards from the discard, maybe that could be work. Like in the Donphan deck, a 1-1 line of Milotic, just to get back your strong energies time after time. Who knows?
Yeah, you can get a lot of things back, but still we got the Dowsing that gets things back. We got VS Seekers, Energy Retrievals, Lysander's Trump card gets you everything back.
Yeah, indeed. But it's this double-edged sword, that one, because yeah, your opponent gets everything back as well. But yeah, a pretty neat card to look over. Another one is Magcargo, or whatever you want to call that one. It has also the Omega Barrier. I'm gonna explain it here. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, that prevents all effects from that card done to this Pokemon. So they're like immune to your Hypnotoxic Laser strategy, but still, this Magcargo is just for the attack. It deals 120 damage to an EX, and to a non-EX 60 damage for a Fire and a DCE.
And because the Barrier ability, Enhanced Hammer has no use on him. So Magcargo is a nice fire Pokemon. It can do a lot of damage in this format, especially with Virgin and Steels and...
Yeah, Magcargo pretty much eats those decks up. Like, you can one-shot Dialga, Genesect, Virizion, Cobalion, And even if you don't play DC and just regular fire energies with Blacksmith, you can even one-shot that, how is it called, Aegis Slash. So yeah, pretty neat. Let's see what's next on the list. We have Electros.
Let's see. It's like an energy switch from bench to active as many times as you want for any energy. So I think extended format, we will see one Electros going into the Ray Eels. Everybody's looking for one Electros. Nowadays they play the Plasma Blast or Plasma Freeze one. To just have one good attack from non-EX, but I think this one's gonna be just a little bit better because how many times you can't retreat your Rayquaza and you have one on the bench with energies and you can't do shit. You evolve to Electros, use his ability, put everything on the active Rayquaza and get the knockouts. So and its attack is...
To notice is that in Europe we don't use the expanded format, so maybe the people in America will try this one out. Okay, next one is to troll everyone with their booster packs. The almighty Bidoof Full Art. Everyone has been waiting for this card, I'm sure of it, but we finally have it. No, not really, it sucks.
Yeah, well, maybe with the heal it could do something fun, like stall everything. Use a potion.
Yeah, indeed. It has
the
alpha
amount.
It has the alpha heal, so it can. We haven't explained it yet. The electric also has this alpha heal, not anything worthy for mention, but still alpha heal allows you to recover twice as much HP. But why does Bidoof need this? Because 70 HP, you know, it's also weak to fighting. So just a regular spinning turn and it's out of there. So nobody will play this one.
Yeah,
but it's neat to have it like in a video where you pull like your pull ratio and you have like in your booster box 5 Bidoofs. Why not?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yay!
Yay, Bidoof!
Bidoof.
Okay. Indeed. Next is Kingdra, the half full art. We also have a regular Kingdra, but the half full art seems to be way better.
Yeah, it has a growth ability. I don't think we discussed the growth ability already. When you attach an energy, you may attach a second one. So it's like a Blastoise or Blastoise ability or Embor's ability, but 2 times per turn on the Pokemon that has the ability.
Well, it's actually when you attach an energy from your hand to your Alpha Growth Pokemon, you can attach 2 additional energies to that Pokemon. So that what that basically means is that you can get up to 3 energies in play during an Alpha Growth turn. And yeah, just imagine yourself combining that with Kingdra's attack. With the Muscle Band, it pretty much one-hit KOs every EX, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. And it isn't an EX, so it can be used with Silver Bangle as well.
Silver Bangle destroys every EX out there except for Wailords.
Yeah, true. It can pretty much destroy most of the EXs out there for only 3 energies. You have to discard a Water and a Lightning energy, but that's fine by me because it's totally worth it to do that attack. And with Alpha Growth, it shouldn't be that hard to get the energies on Kingdra in the first place. Also, its first attack lets you charge up to 4 basic energies and put them in your hand. Pretty neat to think about it.
It can hit 180 every single turn. The only thing you need to do is to put up Kingdra, and later on we'll see a nice card that can help this deck go very fast.
Talking about stage 2s, there's also 2 Sceptiles in the set. Regular one, which isn't that good. It also has the Grow healing ability, which lets you, if you attach a Grass energy to one of your Pokemon, heal 30 damage. But for a stage 2, I don't know. And the other one has the Omega Barrier, and it looks pretty fancy as well. It's a half full art. What's your opinion on seeing that many stage 2s?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try Kingdra and a few others. So stage 2s will be played.
And now it's time to check out the new Grass EX Trevenant.
Yeah, it's like it has the same attack as Keldeo had. Delphox had the attack too. I think yeah, Dialga has the same attack. No, not Dialga. Aegis Slash. They all have the attack for their color of energy, and now we got a Grass one with the same attack.
Yep, Genesect Virizion has a new friend with this one.
Yeah, and it's the best counter in my eyes against Donphan with just 1 Trevenant. You don't need the Deoxys. You got the Trevenant with a Muscle Band and 3 energies and one-shot Stompans.
Yeah.
So you just put your plasma energy on Genesect, catch it, and you kill it with Trevenant. You don't need to sacrifice any any Genesects.
Great idea right there. Now to one of the more hyped EXs, Cameron. We already have fire support, so why not test it out? What do you think?
This one's going to be some fun plays. Like we said, we hope to see evolutions again. So I think Ember is going to help this one very good.
Yep, energy acceleration.
4 energies, 50 damage, discard a fire energy from this Pokemon, and it does 50 damage times the amount of fire energy. So Ember and Superior Energy Retrieval will be good friends once again.
It kind of reminds me of Rayquaza EX because the damage output is endless in theory if you think about it. It can even one-shot Wailord EX if it really wants to.
It's 5 energies and you one-shot Wailord, so...
Yep, it needs a ton of energies, but it can discard them as well, which is already neat against Yveltal EX. So now let's check out the big basic Wailord EX.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's 250 base Pokemon. It has 5 energy cost, a little too much, I think, for the 120 damage and sleeping himself. But the ability, you can, like I said already, throw twice in the end of your turn and the end of the opponent's turn to wake him up. He doesn't wake up, you attach an energy, he wakes up.
Yep, it's basically the biggest wall out there besides Sigilyph and other shenanigans like that, but we can heal him up with Max Potion, but I won't attack with him because, yeah, as I said, Yveltal EX eats him up with all those energies.
Yeah, Yveltal with 3 energies hits a 200 on him, so with a Muscle Band.
I would use him as a wall to set up your bench, and maybe some strategy will happen with Wailord in the near future with new cards. Hell, just imagine yourself like a reprint of Reuniclus from Black and White would be perfect for him. Anyway, next is the OP Swampert. Yeah, it's a half full art.
I'm still waiting for the Mega to come out on a card. It's gonna be...
Yeah, this one has also Alpha Growth, which means he can set up himself with energies.
Yeah.
It also has a neat attack just like Trevenant, but then with water energies called Hydro Pump, and it also lets you search your deck for any one card during its ability.
Yeah, it has a downside. It's not put it in the hand, it's put it on top of your deck after being shuffled.
True, but there are a lot of cards that can draw it easily.
No, I found a quite amusing tag partner with this Swampert. We had last set, we had Slurpuff with the ability draw one card.
Wow, genius actually.
So you search it, you put it on top, Slurpuff ability, you draw what you wanted to have. So it's all fun with the 1-1 Slurpuff on the bench.
I agree, there will be a nice amount of combos to test out.
Yeah.
Next is Kyogre EX. Kyogre EX is one of those EXs that I think is pretty much useless without his counterpart, his Primal reversion. Yeah, because the regular EX has a 4 retreat cost, a weakness to grass. It only deals 140, so yeah, what do you think about it?
Honestly, I like the Primal version a little bit more because he has the growth ability and gets his own energy acceleration, but yeah, Kyogre EX, 30 for 2 energies and your opponent's asleep, or 4 energy, 2 water and a double colorless for 140 damage, and you can get the 2 water energies back to your hand for maybe later Mega Evolving and getting the 2 water energies on the Primal Kyogre.
Yeah,
fun.
but once Kyogre goes to his primal form, it's pretty much unstoppable. Tidal Storm deals 150 damage, moves 2 energies from him to one of your bench Pokemon, so it can secure energies like that. It also does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, we had a lot of Megas already in like 4 sets, or 4 sets, because it's the 5th one. And there was never a Mega that had so many things on its attack. This got 2 energy switches and 30 bench damage to EXs. It's like, what the?
Also a fact is that he also gets a Spirit Link card, which is epic, just like the Megas. I think it's a bit dishonorable, like there will be a March because, not a Night March, but still, people will complain that the older Megas don't get a Spirit Link card.
Yeah, and the retreat cost it's quite a lot, but yeah, it's a big Pokemon. It needs a lot of retreat costs.
Yeah, if it didn't have a lot of retreat costs, it would be like overpowered, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Primal Kyogre with a Blastoise and a lot of other awesome tags that do a lot of damage. So you got Keldeo with his Float Stone that can free retreat him. So
another thing to notice is that I expect there will be like something to stop the Omega and Alpha powers.
As far as we've seen the set, I don't think there's gonna be a card, because first they gotta hype it, then they gonna tear it down.
Indeed, it was the same with Mewtwo EX way back in the days of Next Destiny. It's overpowered, then gets taken a step down. And up next we have Groudon EX, but it looks a bit slow in my opinion.
Yeah, it doesn't have any energy acceleration. It can do a lot of damage with the strong energies, but yeah, 4 energies, well, like 3 fighting and a colorless for 130, while Kyogre had 2 water and a double colorless. It's set up, yeah, it's set up for easier, and it retrieves 2 energies, and Groudon is just 130 damage, nothing else.
Yeah, if you think about it, 130 damage isn't a lot for 4 energies. Just think about Reshiram and Zekrom. They deal like, I believe 130, or I could be wrong though, maybe 120, but they deal that amount of damage for only 3 energies, and they aren't an EX anyway.
Yeah, yeah, Reshiram has the attack, discard 2 fire energies and do 130 for 3 energies. The non-EX.
Yep, but we also have the Primal Groudon. That one is a beast that can actually destroy everything. It deals 200 damage if there's a Stadium card in play and you can discard it. So with Gaia Volcano, of course, it resembles the Japanese name set, but still Primal Groudon EX will be hard to set up. Maybe with a Manectric EX or something it could be useful, but other than that, it's way too slow, and it also has weakness to grass. Up next we have Sharpedo EX. If you are playing the video games, you know that Sharpedo swims around really fast, but in the card game it's a darkness type with a lightning weakness.
I like him, but I don't think it will be played as much as the other dark Pokemons, because Ivatel still rules the format with his attacks, and this one has for darkness and a colorless, switch your opponent's active Pokemon and 230 to the new active. Or the second attack, I like it, but it's like the reason why Darkrai isn't played a lot anymore. You need 2 darkness and a colorless, and it doesn't set up that fast as before.
And there's also something to factor in here, is that he disrupts his own energies.
Yeah, you disrupt your own, and 100 damage to disrupt yourself and your opponent is not enough to be played this card.
If you think about it, this is like the Darkrai was good in the Yveltal deck just because it has the variety of weaknesses. Darkrai is weak to fighting, and then Yveltal is weak to lightning. Another Pokemon that's weak to lightning and isn't really that much of an improvement into the deck will not make it.
It's lighting, it's again a Mega Manectric weakness, and Mega Manectric is too good to be...
Up next, let's talk about a metal Pokemon, Aggron and Mega Aggron.
I'll go with the Mega Aggron, I like this one better. It can see a lot of plays with the Bronzongs, with this energy acceleration. It's 120 and has 2 effects. If you flip heads, you do 240. If you do tails, you hit 20 to the bench. But with the Mountain Ring as Stadium instead of Steel Shelter, you don't have any backfiring things with Mega Aggron's attacks.
Yeah, Mega Aggron looks really promising, but I think the regular Aggron EX also has some potential. It deals Raging Hammer 60 damage, and it does 10 damage for each damage counter on him, which means you can set him up. Like, I have an idea in mind, like let's say you just have a Keldeo EX with Float Stone on your metal deck, and just get that Aggron EX on the active position and they damage it, and not knowing that you can use Russian from the Keldeo, switch him around to the active position, and then Aggron is on your bench. You use some Metal Links on your Aggron EX and just put it on the active spot and just use the Raging Hammer for some knockouts.
Yeah, it's let him die, retreat him, put the energies on him, and start smashing.
Yeah, I know, it can become quite fragile after using the attack, but still it's a way, it's an improvement to the metal deck. It has some new options available.
It only needs 120 damage to one-shot everything.
Next is Gardevoir EX, a Fairy type EX, and then Mega Gardevoir EX. I think the Mega actually has some potential, dealing 30 damage for each Fairy energy attached to your Pokemon. It can have some like situations where you can deal a massive amount of damage out of nowhere, since we are using the Xerneas to power up our Fairy deck, and you only need 6 energies in total, and moving around with Aromatisse, and bang, you got yourself some random knockouts. The bad thing though is that, yeah, Gardevoir isn't the one of the best EXs out there.
Yeah, but it's still 210 HP. It's like the weak Megas, but Manectric has the same HP, and this one's gonna be seen a lot on cities. But it has the most amazing attack. For a Fairy and a double colorless, 30 damage for each energy attached to your Pokemons.
Another thing I noticed is that in this format there's a lot of types available now. There's a lot of good decks out there. We have a Darkness deck, we have Fighting decks with Donphan and Landorus, and even have some other decks like Fairies, and it's just one big amount of different decks. I really like that.
Yeah, I saw a list from the American cities, and you had 4 tiers, and every tier had 2 or 3 decks in it, except for tier S. Tier S was Donphan. It's called the best deck in format. So
also, this set provides full art for every EX out there. It's just like yeah, every EX out there. It's not like in the Plasma Storm they made like full arts, but not from every EX. They had like the full art Articuno, but then they made a Zapdos full art EX. I think Pokemon, they were sitting like in some sort of table, and they were discussing stuff, and they were saying like, what YouTubers are there? Oh, there's ZapdosTCG. We are not gonna make a Zapdos as a full art card just to annoy him. And I'm like, no, what the hell? So it's basically something like that.
Yeah, I was going like, man, he's gonna be bummed for that card. But you got your shiny from the old sets, and Zapdos has Hatlaw from Pokemon, but I really was going like, Plasma Storm, no full art Zapdos.
Yeah, no, but why Articuno and not Zapdos? It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, but you still got Toxicroak TCG, and he has his full art.
Anyway, I'm getting a bit off topic here. Now let's go to the full art trainers, actually supporters, most of them. We have Archie's Trump card. It's basically like the Trump cards, but then for the leaders from Team Aqua and Team Magma.
Yeah, but it's a difficult card to play. You don't have you'd have only this card in hand, and else you can't play it.
Yeah, they work as follow. Yeah, you have to have like only this card in your hand, and then you can draw 5 cards from your deck. But before you do that, you can get yourself a water Pokemon from your discard pile if you're playing Archie, and you can get a fire Pokemon if you're playing Maxie.
Yeah, it's not such a good card, but the art is amazing. I like them. So I think the Maxi I would want from my collection, just because it's a fancy dude.
Next is Professor Birch Observation. You know this guy if you're playing Auras, but yeah, it has the effect: shuffle your hand into your deck, flip a coin, if heads, draw 7 cards, if tails, draw 4. What do you think?
Yeah, we got Juniper, we got Ann, we got Colrus, we got Shauna, we got a lot of draw supports.
Indeed, we don't really need this card since, yeah, we can get everything back. Even if we use Juniper, we have VS Seeker, we have Lysander's Trump card, getting everything back. Yeah. So this one is neat to use if you really want to play with it, if you manage to pull a full art, but I wouldn't play it. The other thing I want to mention though is Teammates. This is a really great card. It reminds me back in the days of the old school Twins card from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era, but it can only be played if one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. So if they knock one of your Pokemon out, then you can use this card, search your deck up to 2 cards, and put them into your hand. Really nice combo like that.
Yeah, I don't like the thing that you need to let someone die before you can use it, so much plays aren't gonna be there. But still, search 2 cards, that you want.
It's also neat to think about is that if it can be used with Robo Substitute, you let one of those die get a search your deck for 2 cards that you want, so that will be awesome. But we have to check the ruling on that first.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult with the ruling and stuff, like is Robo Substitute actual a Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah, with this stat there's gonna be a lot of ruling that we have to check out before we can manage to play it correctly.
It's gonna be a lot of rule changes and rules, because they make it with that rule, and then you see a tournament, the card rapes the tournament, and we need another ruling adjustment. So with Fighting Stadium we had that last month.
This time around we're gonna check out the item cards and the new special energies. I'm gonna start it off with the Acro Bike. We know Match Bike and Acro Bike from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This one is pretty neat. It's a trainer card, and you can look at the top 2 cards from your deck, choose one and put the other one in the discard pile. Wow.
Yeah, but I thought that I've read something somewhere that we would get also the Mag Bike in this set, but I think it's not released yet, or they don't have any scans of it. But
about this card actually is you can discard energies, like with the metal decks and with other decks like fire, you can put them in the discard just with this card.
Yeah. It sounds fun, but I don't think it's gonna.
Bicycle is still better. Okay,
yeah.
for a draw support card, that is. And now we have XP share gets reprinted, so that's nice for people that hang on to their XP shares. I believe they also had a shiny version of that. No, correct me if I'm wrong, but still XP share is nice.
Yeah, XP share is gonna be a nice addition for big basics to bring back. Or fighting, they lose a lot of energy because they get killed, and yeah, fighting doesn't have a lot of the speed energy acceleration, so XP share will help them a lot.
Yeah, maybe Groudon can even see some play with the XP share.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a reprint. We'll see why they reprinted it, which things people find out. So
I think we can already skip from the last part of this card review or set review. Is like the Spirit Link cards. You know what these does. It's just like the same with the Gengar and the Manectric Spirit Link. I think it's like they had something wrong with this because the first Megas they released didn't get the Spirit Link cards. So I think there will be some like a stand for this, a March, because not the Night March, but still.
No, I would like to see a Kangaskhan Spirit Link, because Kangaskhan is quite good in Fairy. So
I think they should rename the Spirit Link cards to like the Mega Stones. That would be neat. Like the Mega Stones at full art. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's quite a good idea, but yeah, we got Spirit Links already, so I think they're not gonna do that. But
it's like a sort of full art card, like you attach it to your Pokemon and then it activates. You can search your deck for 3 energies, attach them and evolve straight away. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and then the format would be destroyed with 1 card.
Okay, next up is Fresh Water. It heals 20 damage from each of all your Pokemon.
A friend of mine's playing Heracross at the moment. And that would be fun, quite, to heal every Heracross there is.
I think like there was a deck with Reuniclus back in the days to heal off all the damage like that. I think it would be neat to have something like that in the format again.
Yeah, that was Dragonite, I guess. Dragonite Reuniclus.
Yeah, and there was also like back the old school way, like Donphan Prime and Reuniclus and some neat stuff. So anyway, next is Repeat Ball. We're also getting some balls in here.
Yeah, balls. Last season we had Level Ball and Heavy Ball. They helped a lot of decks be faster and like putting up 17 HP basics. It was easier to get your Garbodor out, to get Blastoise out, but now we can't play them anymore. But maybe now we got Repeater Ball. Put 1 Pokemon, I search your deck for a Pokemon that has the same name as the Pokemon you have in play, reveal it and put it in your hand. It does state anything about Axes or Mega, so you could get, if you got Ivachel on the bench, another Ivachel, with no downsides.
Yveltal will be indeed a great way to test this out, a repeat ball, because usually you play almost all the same cards in the deck, like Yveltal, Yveltal EX. I don't think if they say like it has to be the exact same thing like Yveltal or Yveltal X, I don't think the ruling, I think we just have to wait for the ruling for this card, because we can also use it in other decks like Bronzong, because we do need a lot of Bronzongs in the metal deck. So a neat card to test out indeed. Another ball in here is the Aqua Ball.
It's Dive Ball. I'm loving this card. Last season I played Blastoise throughout I guess the whole season, almost except for Nationals. That was a bad decision. I had to play Blastoise on Nationals.
Alright guys, we are back and we were talking about balls.
Yeah, I was talking about the Dive Ball. It was a fun thing. I like it a lot. It's the effect, search for a water Pokemon and put it on your hand. So
I scream Seismitoad.
Yeah, Ice Cream Squirtles.
Yeah, that could be another thing. Also, Kyogre can be searched out with this. I think this will be really great. It's a shame that the Team Magma doesn't have a counterpart for this, like Dive Ball, and then...
Yeah, but like in the game, we don't have a Fireball. We only have 2 Water Balls, a Bug Balls, and
that doesn't
a lot of things.
Okay, there's also a lot of shinies, like the Dive Ball was a shiny, then there's also Switch, which is overused in the format. That's why they decided to make one, because they want more money from it. Okay.
Then there's one, the Enhanced Hammer gets a shiny version. And one new card, it's Weakness Policy. It's a tool, and when you attach to a Pokemon, it has no weaknesses.
This is really great for the Pokemon with a lot of HP, like maybe Wailord can use this to stall more, and other Pokemon like Genesect Virizion usually play the muscle bands and stuff, but if they're up against Pyroar, maybe they can play one copy of that, who knows.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun shiny hunting.
Yeah, indeed, shiny shading in the box. I believe there's still the chances 1 out of 3 boxes, so there's 4 in here, so can you imagine the pull rate? So anyway, there's another card called, there's some stadium cards actually, there are 4 of those.
Yeah,
we have Memory Shrine, which is the exact same thing like the ability from Celebi EX, so it'll be neat to test it out in the stadium version. But usually all the aggressive decks want to play Verbank City Gym or Fighting Stadium, so maybe this can shake things up a bit. Yeah,
Memory Shrine is especially good with, I think, Megas. To use all the other attacks still with the Mega Pokemons.
They can use like their HP gets increased tremendously, and then they can use the attacks of the powerful previous versions as well. Maybe you can also use it with like the Night March deck with the Gorgeist. That way we don't need any EX in the set. And also there's the other stadium card we like to mention is a Scorching Earth. Yeah, it's pretty much a version where you get fire and fighting energies from you can discard those and then draw 2 cards, so that's neat.
Yeah, it's actually Scorching Earth is the stadium version of Fiery Torch.
Yeah, I definitely predict like a stadium war here and there, because all decks will play stadium cards. We have Dimensional Valley, we have like the Fighting Stadium, Verbank City Gym. Now with these new stadium cards, I definitely predict it. It'll actually beneficial for the Donphin deck, because Donphin uses it for wreck, so he will wreck everything every time. Also Groudon uses the stadiums to deal more damage, so maybe we can see something out with that.
Yeah, the other stadium I like is, like I say, I like water Pokemons and the Undulating Ocean. You can heal every water Pokemon and lightning Pokemon 30 HP during your turns.
Yeah, I have a really great idea with that. Let's just imagine yourself a deck with Seismitoad in there, and then Aurorus. Aurorus defends the water Pokemon to prevent damage, actually, to block some damage. That's what it is. And then you can also use this stadium card to heal off the damage of your water Pokemon. And with Switch, you switch him around and use Seismitoad time after time, and Seismitoad won't die because of the blocking ability from the Aurorus. And yeah, maybe with some potions in there, yeah, it could be some neat thing to test out. And then we have a Silent Lab, all basic Pokemon in play, and each player's hand and each player's discard pile have no abilities. So this looks very interesting. What do you think about it?
This one backs Pyrar a bit. Pyrar doesn't have a real stadium to be played. It's played with Training Center, it's played with Furbank Laser, but I think this one would be very funny to play with.
Definitely, we can even attack Sigilyph and Suicune now with this awesome stadium card out, so maybe we can like play like a mix of stadiums.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and Stadium Wars is gonna be even bigger with these 4 new stadiums we get.
And now let's move on to the special energies of the set. We have the Shield Energy. Shield Energy is quite decent. It reminds me a lot of the old school one. What do you think about it, Niapon?
Yeah, Shield Energy, it's just a reprint from Special Metal, but they gave it a fancier name.
And the last energy card I want to mention is like the Wonder Energy, which is has to be attached to the Fairy type Pokemon, yeah, and it prevents all effects, excluding damage from your opponent's attacks done to this, to the Pokemon this card is attached to. So let's imagine yourself that someone tries to poison you, like let's say Gengar EX for example uses his attack, and he wants to poison you. Well, with Wonder Energy, your fairy Pokemons can be poisoned. They only receive the damage. It's a great idea like that. Also, they can be paralyzed by an attack, and so on, so on.
Yeah, it's the most amazing energy there is, because yeah, Shield Energy is just a reprint of an old Special Energy. This one has a whole new effect, and it's a Fairy Energy, a special Fairy Energy that needs to be on a Fairy Pokemon, else you need to discard it, like every other special energy we got the last few months. And it has the effect prevent all effect, excluding damage from attacks to the Pokemon that this energy is attached to.
Yup, indeed. Fairy type Pokemon get a lot of love back in this set with Mega Gardevoir and the Wonder Energy.
Yes, Fairy is getting back in business with the absence we had when Prism rotated out. I think pure Fairy is getting plays instead of just Aromatisse with a lot of other things.
And that's about it for our review of the Gaia Volcano and the Tidal Storm leaks that we got from PokeBeach. I want to have a shout out for them as well, and it's actually the counterpart for the Primal Clash ad, which is to be expected in stores on February 5th. Niapon, do you have any last words?
Yeah, definitely. I like to see this set actually tomorrow instead of February, but yeah, we need to wait. We're not in Japan. It was fun to be here for the first time. I hope we could do this more times, and I'll see you next time.
So thanks again everyone for watching. I know it's a long video, but I wanted to do something special this time around because I had one of my friends asking me, like I could say like more like a discussion instead of just a regular set review. So anyway, the Tidal Storm and the Volcano Gaia will be expected in Japan soon. Maybe we'll have some better card scans then, but for now you have a big idea of what to expect in the near future. So thanks again everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely click it a like because I definitely appreciate it, and it gives me the motivation to make more videos for you guys. It all levels up my Zapdos as well, if you didn't know already. And you can click here to subscribe if you haven't already, because this way you help me out. And you can actually stay updated once there's a video. You automatically get a reaction on YouTube when it's up, yeah. And that's about it. See you guys next time. Peace. Hi, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, you should definitely take a look. I talk about 3 more fun decks to test out at cities. And if you haven't checked out Poke Rap Battles of History, go check that out. I already have 2 videos up on the playlist and the new segment I'm doing on my channel. And go check out ZapdosTCG. One of my friends is making a new YouTube channel, and he actually got himself a shiny Magikarp. So you can check his reaction. It was really hilarious. And I'm out. Peace.